Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is Ryan, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. I finally have some time off work. So, let's talk about Doom the Dark Ages. So, if you've been subscribed to my YouTube channel since 2016, oh my god, I just realized. Doom 2016 came out 9 years ago, almost a decade ago. It's been almost a decade since this new Doom trilogy started. Oh my god. I was 20 years old when Doom 2016 came out. I'm gonna be 30 this year. Holy shit. The passage of time is crazy, man. Anyways, so if you've been subscribed to my channel and watching my videos since 2016, I've made it no secret that the new Doom games are my favorite first-person shooters of all time and my favorite video games of all time. I made a couple videos about Doom that blew up, so to speak. I remember one time during a live stream, or was it on Discord? It was a while ago, I can't quite remember all the details, but someone said that Hugo Martin, as in the Hugo Martin, creative director of the new Doom games, has seen my Doom videos? Not sure I quite believe that one, but it is crazy to think about. Nonetheless, many of you over the years have let me know that you love my love for the new Doom games, and I appreciate that. I know many of you have been eager to hear my thoughts on Doom the Dark Ages, and I did mean to make this video like over a month ago, but hey, I work 9 to 5 retail, guys. Free time is sparse, and friends and family come first. But now, finally, I got a few days off work. So, let's talk Doom the Dark Ages. After free, full playthroughs of the campaign, I can safely say without a doubt that Doom the Dark Ages is... God, here I am, being a broken record. Doom the Dark Ages has become one of my favorite first-person shooters of all time and one of my favorite video games of all time. Anyone else getting a sense of deja vu? I fucking love this game. Easily my game of the year 2020. Easily now one of my favorite video games of all time, one of my favorite first-person shooters of all time. I absolutely, positively love and adore this video game. Not only has Doom become my new favorite first-person shooter of all time, beating out my other favorite first-person shooters of all time, Crysis, Titanfall, and BioShock. First-person shooters that I love and enjoy endlessly. Not only has Doom surpassed them for me, but Doom has also become my new favorite video game of all time. What can I say? id Software just know how to make games that feel specifically tailored for me. And with Doom the Dark Ages, it almost feels like id Software is in my fucking walls studying me, and this game is their attempt to try and seduce me. I mean, yes, I love giant robots, id Software. Like, everyone does. Come on now. Oh, yes, dragons are my most favorite thing ever. I mean, you already have my 90 Canadian dollars plus tax. You don't really need to do any more. Oh, there's parrying. Oh, you added parrying to the game. How did you know I've been loving Space Marine 2 and Ultra Kill recently? Specifically because I find the parrying in those games so satisfying. Fine, id Software, fine. You've done it. You've stolen my heart. Now, in all seriousness, Doom the Dark Ages is fucking awesome, guys. The game is so much fun to play that I wish there was more. I wish there was more content after the campaign. The fact that there's no master levels at launch, the fact that there's no arcade mode or horde mode in the game really fucking sucks. Don't misunderstand me. The Dark Ages campaign is fantastic. I enjoy every minute of it. And it's also one of the most customizable campaigns we've ever had in the history of the Doom franchise. With the new difficulty slider options, you can tailor your Doom experience to be as easy or as difficult or as wacky as you want it to be. Messing around with health and damage numbers, parry timing windows, overall game speed, it can make every campaign playthrough feel genuinely different and refreshing. The Dark Ages campaign and the current customization options we have for it are great. But it would be dishonest of me if I didn't admit that I'm a bit disappointed that Doom the Dark Ages is the most expensive Doom game in the franchise to date, while having the least amount of content at launch compared to its predecessors. No PvP multiplayer, no additional PvE modes. It's just a campaign, nothing else, and yet you're asking for more money? Again, it's disappointing. It doesn't ruin the experience, it doesn't make it a terrible game or anything like that. And I certainly feel like I got my money's worth. Again, I enjoyed every minute of this campaign, which is why I wish there was just more game to play after the campaign was done. Now, it is confirmed that we are getting master levels and free content updates in the future, and honestly, they can't come soon enough. I just want more Doom. I need more Doom! Anyways, let me share with you my thoughts of the game in detail. First up, graphics. Visuals. The game just looks stunning. id's art team are some of the best in the industry. The environments, oh my god, the environments. Just truly breathtaking vistas. Every level in the campaign has a notable visual set piece that had me just stop and stare for a couple minutes. And then there's the texture and details on all the different models from weapons to characters. Look at how fucking gorgeous these weapons look. Jesus Christ, all the different details and doodads and doohickeys on the mechs. These demons, man. These demon designs. Holy shit, these are all so badass. I think my favorites have gotta be the new Revenant, the new Pinky, the Agadon Hunter, and finally, the Komodo. I hope the Komodo becomes a permanent addition to the Doom roster. If there are any future Doom games, the Komodo needs to make a reappearance. The Komodo is just so fucking cool, man. Yeah, visuals, art, graphics, no complaints whatsoever. It's just a fucking beautiful looking game that also pushes my new PC to its limits. Doom the Dark Ages is honestly a great new title to benchmark your new PC hardware with. Moving on to music. Honestly, I think people are being way too hard on the Doom the Dark Ages soundtrack simply because of the Mick Gordon situation. Look, I love Mick Gordon's music. His work is iconic. But I don't think that means that Mr. Gordon should now have a monopoly over all Doom music for all time. And the new studio behind the Doom the Dark Ages soundtrack, Finishing Move, I think they did a great job. For me at least, there's several tracks that really elevated the action and the visuals when they were playing. Some other tracks that were really atmospheric and immersive. My favorite track, however, has gotta be Colossus Unleashed. The music just gets you so pumped up and ready to rip and tear. So yeah, I like the Doom the Dark Ages soundtrack. I think people are being way too hard on it due to outside circumstances. Context is important, of course. But Finishing Move did nothing wrong. They just did the job they were paid to do, and they shouldn't be given shit for it. Up next, story. Some of you may already know, I love the story and lore of the new Doom games. I love this dark fantasy sci-fi world that they've developed. So the premise and setting of the Dark Ages is a dream come true for me. We finally get to see, in the first age, in the first battle, we get to see the unholy crusades. We get to see the Doomslayer build his legend and fight alongside the Night Sentinels. We also get to see Hell, the forces of Hell in their prime before the Doomslayer fucked everything up for them. Where in the previous game, the forces of Hell looked beastly, barbaric, ramshackled. In this game, they actually look and feel like an organized military. We also finally get to see the Night Sentinels in their prime, and we get to see what their civilization was like. It's just so cool and so satisfying as someone who's a big fan of the story and lore of these new Doom games to see all these characters and places that were all just, well, lore. They were all just artifacts of the past be brought to life and fully realized. Epic battles and events you only read in codex entries in the previous games, you get to live through them now, and it's just... oh, it's a dream come true for me. Being able to see and be a part of all these epic skirmishes between Knight Sentinels and demons, it's literally all the daydreams and imaginary scenarios concerning the Doom franchise I had in my head brought to life on the screen. Just the epic colossal battles between the Titan demons and the Atlan mechs in the background is just awe-inspiring. Also, I really enjoyed having some proper demon villain characters that we got to see the perspective of. It makes their inevitable defeat all the more satisfying. And this game's story just has so many over-the-top moments that are such obvious fan service that I can't help but adore them. For example, the addition of the Cosmic Realm and Cthulhu. Hell made an alliance with Lovecraftian horrors in order to defeat the Doomslayer, leading up to a boss battle where you fight Cthulhu while you're in a mech? Yeah, fuck it. Sign me up. After what transpired in the story of this campaign, I am so excited and curious to see what will happen next in the DLC expansion coming later. Will we see the fall of Argent d'Nor? Will we see the imprisonment of the Doomslayer? Or is id Software cooking up a brand new surprise we wouldn't have seen coming? Either way, I love Doom. I love this world, I love this universe, I love this lore. I love the new additions they made in the Dark Ages, and I'm all on board for whatever comes next. Finally, we come to gameplay. Doom: The Dark Ages plays completely differently from its predecessors, and yet it still feels like Doom. Positioning and movement to avoid enemy projectiles is still important. Managing your resources through how you kill your enemies is still important. Getting into the thick of the fight instead of running away and taking cover is how you play most effectively is still important. The Dark Ages is still at its core a Doom game. It just remixes how you engage with the fundamentals. Okay, so you can't double jump or dash anymore, but you have this shield bash, which helps you cover a lot of ground and get right into the enemy's face. Okay, we don't have the chainsaw anymore to consistently regain ammo, so how do we consistently regain ammo? Oh, melee attacks. Oh, okay, but we don't want to make melee attacks unlimited so you can just spam them and never have to fire your guns. So what do? We have them on cooldown, but you can quickly regain them by parrying enemy attacks with your shield. This is still the Doom dance. This is still that iconic push-forward combat, just remixed. In comparison to Doom Eternal, where that game asked the player to learn about and memorize all the different enemy weak points and which weapons were most effective against them, Doom: The Dark Ages asks, can you avoid, block, and parry all these different enemy attack patterns while making your own opportunities to counterattack? Where Doom 2016 and Eternal wanted the player to be hyper-aggressive and evasive, Doom: The Dark Ages wants the player to balance offense with defense. And it makes for a very different, but nonetheless very satisfying gameplay loop. All of the new shield mechanics and features are such a wonderful new addition to the gameplay sandbox, allowing you to block attacks and projectiles, parry attacks and projectiles, throw the shield to kill multiple minor enemies while stunning major and heavy ones. It's just such a useful new tool that can lead to some truly epic and memorable gameplay moments. And personally, I love the new parrying mechanic. I know there's a lot of people that don't like parrying in video games. I personally love how Doom: The Dark Ages handles parrying. The sound effects and the visuals for it are just so satisfying. Parrying the onslaught of attacks from the Agadon Hunter in particular, oh my god, it feels euphoric to me. However, Doom: The Dark Ages is a first-person shooter. What about the guns? The weapons of the Doom games are iconic. How does this arsenal compare? How does it feel? Oh, they're just some of the best weapons I've ever experienced in a first-person shooter ever. I don't know how id does it. They just keep making some of the most satisfying weapons in a video game known to man. Getting headshots with the Impaler is immensely satisfying. The Pulverizer is one of the coolest fucking guns ever put in a video game, and it is orgasmic, shredding apart hordes of enemies with it. The chain shot, every shot from the chain shot makes me so warm and fuzzy inside. Seeing demons go fucking flying after every shot just, oh, it's the best. And then, oh, Lord Almighty, And then we have the Doom the Dark Ages version of the Super Shotgun. I did not think the Super Shotgun from Doom Eternal could be surpassed. I mean, it has the meat hook. So surely the Dark Ages version of the Super Shotgun would be inferior. I mean, no meat hook? Obvious downgrade. I mean, what could you possibly do to make this Super Shotgun feel somehow better than the previous Super Shotguns? It's impossible. Sex. Just pure sex. The Dark Ages Super Shotgun just feels like pure sex. The audio, the visuals, the feel of this gun. It is the best shotgun I have ever fired in a video game. I didn't think it was possible, but id outdid themselves again. The Doom games will forever have the best shotguns in all of gaming. So, with the mix of first-person shooting and utilizing all your new shield mechanics, I find the combat gameplay loop of Doom the Dark Ages to be very satisfying. It's consistently engaging and rewarding. I feel like a total unstoppable badass on lower difficulties, while on higher difficulties, I feel my skill and my focus truly being tested. Like its predecessors, Doom the Dark Ages can be a game you play for casual fun, or a game you want to really lock in and test yourself with. But the succulent cherry on top of this first-person shooter melee combat sundae are the mech and dragon gameplay sections of the campaign. Based on my research, I honestly believe I'm the only person on planet Earth that genuinely loves the mech and dragon gameplay sections. I'm sorry, but beating demon titans to a bloody pulp in a mech is just fucking awesome, and I loved every second of it. The sound effects, the visuals, the feel of the impacts every time your mech's fists make contact with the titans. Oh, it just feels so good. It looks so good. It sounds so good. Honestly, I wanted more mech segments. I wish there were more mech levels. I wanted more enemy types and scenarios, but alas, I am satisfied with what we got. I don't care what anyone else says. These were a blast to play through for me. And the same goes for the dragon flying sections. I just loved the way the dragon's controls and movement felt. It's so smooth, it's so responsive. And again, just an audio-visual treat. I wanted more. I wanted proper dogfights. Big, dynamic aerial battles, but I'm satisfied with what we got. I especially liked the variety the dragon flying sections brought to the table and how it affected pacing. It was a nice breath of fresh air and mental reset in between lengthy combat sections in between levels. And the dragon just looks so fucking cool, man. He's just so fucking cool. Look at him. Look at him. He's such a good boy. So yeah, overall, I loved Doom the Dark Ages, but I'm sure that was a given. You all saw this coming. It's Doom. I love Doom. It has mechs. It has dragons. I love mechs. I love dragons. Doom the Dark Ages is just an amalgamation of my favorite things. It's multiple fantasies of mine brought to life. And just like Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, I'm probably going to put a couple hundred hours into it. However, as much as I love the Doom games, as much as I love Doom the Dark Ages, and as much as I would love to end this video on a positive, happy note, I do hope id Software learns some lessons and takes in some feedback concerning Doom the Dark Ages. To repeat what I said earlier in the video, Doom the Dark Ages is the most expensive Doom game with the least amount of content at launch. That's not a good look. If we look at id Software's track record from Doom game to Doom game, it reveals a very worrying pattern. From Doom 2016 to Doom Eternal, we lost Snap Map, and now, from Doom Eternal to Doom the Dark Ages, we lost PvP multiplayer altogether and are just left with a campaign. Now, I love Doom's single-player campaigns. They're the primary reason I play Doom games. But the facts are the facts. Game after game, we are getting less content at launch, and the games are costing more. It's not a good look. However, what is also a fact is that id Software has a great track record of meaningful post-launch content support. So I'm more than confident that Doom the Dark Ages is going to get some great content updates in the future. I'm sure the DLC will be awesome. I know the upcoming new master levels will be great. I'm looking forward to and going to play it all, believe me. However, if there are any future entries in the Doom franchise, I'm gonna have to request that the games be a bit more content rich at launch, especially if we're going to apply the modern AAA video game price tag. I may be satisfied with my purchase, but I love Doom. They're my favorite video games, so I can justify the money I spent to myself. But for everyone else, a video game that costs 90 Canadian dollars that only consists of a single player campaign that's under 20 hours? I gotta be honest, that's not the most appeasing proposition. Here's hoping that for the next entry in the Doom franchise, we either increase the amount of content at launch or lower that price tag. Anyways, end of the day, I love Doom the Dark Ages, had a blast playing it. And now, once again, I must eternally debate with myself what is my favorite first-person shooter of all time and my favorite video game of all time. Is it Doom Eternal or is it Doom the Dark Ages now? Doom Eternal has the meat hook and the glory kills, but the Dark Ages has the mechs and the dragon. Oh god, it never ends. I fucking love video games. Anyways, thanks for watching. That's been a video. Feel free to hit the like button if you liked it in any way. Leave a comment, share your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on this video and Doom the Dark Ages. I must now return to the mines of 9 to 5 retail. I will return as soon as I am able. Thank you for watching. Keep safe out there, and I'll see you all later.